Yo, happy Friday, Phan Clan. What is going on? My name is Danny Phantom, and today we have Twilight Masquerade. We've got an Elite Trainer box. We've got a booster box. Huge shout out to the Pokemon Company International. I cannot believe, never in my years did I think I would be shouting. Well, I knew I would shout out Pokemon, but not for giving me free product. Like, this is absolutely amazing. So they sent the Phan Clan, that's us. They sent us Twilight Masquerade, which comes out in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today is the release of Twilight Masquerade. There's some really cool cards in the set. I'm really excited to get into it, and we're going to give away everything. So everything that we pull, I'm going to pack it all up in this ETB so you get the booklet and the sleeves and all that good stuff, but also the commons and uncommons and all the hits. Everything's going to be given to one of you, and if you want to win, just make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Leave a like and a comment on this video. That's all you got to do. Leave a like and a comment on this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and then come back next Friday. We will announce the winner next Friday. Huge shout out to the Pokemon Company International for sending us this stuff. I'm not going to waste time talking. I'm going to get into it because I'm sure I'll just talk while I open. But the important thing that I do want to preface before I open this up is that I am going to show the booklet. So if you don't want to be spoiled on the set, I totally understand. I am going to show off the booklet. Hopefully we can pull some cool cards, but I want to look at the booklet first. I have not actually, like, I looked at the set, but not like super in depth. So I want to see everything that's in the set. So we're gonna go through here and look at the booklet. I always recommend getting at least an ETB so you have a layout of the master set, so you know exactly what cards you need and how to order them and things like that. And then I like using the actual sleeves from the ETB to sleeve my master set. So I usually get a couple ETBs of every set just so I can get all that in the master set. We've got some ace specs over here like Hyper Aroma. Lots of really cool cards in the set, especially when it comes to the illustration rares. I already see some. I'm already smiling. Scoop Up Cyclone makes a return, which is really, really cool. Unfair Stamp could be decent. We'll see. I love this pincer card up here. It's gorgeous. The illustration rares are so good. It's so good. Diplin, the Infernape. Like, I'm not a huge Infernape guy. Infernape is fine. But look at that artwork. Like, it's just absolutely stunning. The Cramorant looks beautiful. There's so many great cards when it comes to the trainer gallery. The Hisuian Growlithe is gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous with Pair in there. I cannot wait to pull that. Timber is really, really good for, like, they just make all these Pokemon look stunning. Like, even Tatsuguri. Look at that Tatsuguri. Then you've got Chansey with the Snorlax in the background, the Bellsprout and the Psyduck, and everybody's favorite Eevee down here. Look at all those Eevee. That is just cuteness overload, which is absolutely crazy. Even the funny hats. The funny hats do not look as bad with the Ogerpons. I will admit they do not. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the funny hats. Like, it looks a little goofy. I mean, obviously very goofy on the Dragapult there. A little bit improved with the Greninja, but the Ogerpons actually do not look bad with the funny hats, which is really exciting. We've got a Palafin EX over there, which is pretty cool. Screamtail makes its debut. Iron Thorns gets a full art. Lots of really cool Paradox Pokemon. We've got Blood Moon Ursaluna right there, which is really neat. You've got Alana. Alana's Aid over there. There's the Perrin right there. The special illustration rare, we'll show that in a second. That shows a picture, taking a picture of the of the Growlithe. It's just so cool. So many great, the special illustration rares. I get the Ogerpon hate. We'll see how they look in person. We will see how they look in person before we make any, like, full judgment or anything like that. The Greninja EX up there looks really cool. Obviously, the full art trainers for the special illustration rares. I really want to pull the Lana and obviously the Perrin. You've got some cool gold cards down here like Buddy Buddy Poffin and Enhanced Hammer. Obviously, very big deals. But then you also got a Rescue Board and a Luminous Energy. So those are your hits. Here are your pre-release promos. If you go to pre-release, you can let me know in the comment section down below. If you can't figure out what to say in the comments, you can say, "Hey Fanny, you sure are funny looking." Otherwise, you can just tell me if you're going to a pre-release. Those start today, which is really, really exciting. So that's the set. We're not going to spend a ton of time going through every single card that we pull because I don't want to keep you here. I'm sure you'll watch a lot of Twilight Masquerade content from people who are just way more entertaining than me. Which is completely fair. So we'll go through these pretty quick here. We'll start out slow rolling the Elite Trainer box a little bit and kind of just glance at things. And if there's anything that, like, catches my attention, I'll kind of announce what it... Oh my goodness, we're starting off with a full art Lucian right away. I am going to try and predict I'm going to try and predict what is going to be in our booster box as far as rarity goes. I think pull rates are going to stay tough. I think they're going to stay tough. I'm hoping Pokemon sent us a juiced booster box. We'll see what we pull. Applin. There's a Snorunt over there. We've got Enhanced Hammer making their return, which is really exciting. Glalie, Kilowattrel, Mightyena, Monferno, and just an Iron Leaves holographic card. It'll be very interesting to see. This set is going to be legal for NAIC. So we'll see. Dragapult is going to be a very big deal. I don't know how big of a deal it's going to be, but I'm assuming it's going to be a very big deal. So any Dragapult that we pull is going to be important because for legality purposes, right in time for the North American International Championships, as we've got an Iron Thorns EX, which might not be bad. The Ogerpons might be okay. Those might do okay, but we'll see. The jury is still out, I think, on a lot of stuff. I don't know how competitive Greninja will be, but a lot of stuff changes down the road. You never know at first, and then things change down the road. Fion, Girder, we've got a Brute Bonnet, which is always really cool looking. Community Center, Iron Bundle, Tatsuguri, Melodic, and Fezandipiti. Fezandipiti. I can't even pronounce some of these new mons. Oh man, how embarrassing. That's going to happen a lot. That is good. I have problem. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Hisuian Growlithe. It's so cute. Like, I just can't even get over how cute it is. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's a really cool looking Jinx right there. Hassel. Brute Bonnet again. Ambipom. We have not pulled an illustration rare yet. So hopefully soon. Litwick. And there's a holographic Zapdos, which actually looks fairly cool. Fairly cool. We've got 2 hits so far, which isn't bad. Like I said, I do think pull rates are going to stay the same as what we saw in Temporal Forces. So Temporal Forces was obviously a little bit down from what we're used to. 40% of the boxes that we opened did not have a special illustration rare or a hyper rare. So double Ting Lu right there. So nothing really crazy there. Hopefully we can pull. It would be nice to get a special illustration rare out of the way in the ETB here, but we have not pulled that or an illustration rare yet. Abra, Skarmory, Bug Catching Set, Aggron, Clefable, Dreepy. Nope, still no illustration rare. Oh, but we do have a Dragapult EX right there, which is going to be like this is going to be big. This Dragapult VMAX is what is going to be, I think, big in this. So Dragapult EX is important to get because you need to obviously evolve into Dragapult VMAX, but it'll be or Dragapult EX, right? Yeah, Dragapult EX is the big card. So put 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon any way you like. It does 200 for 2 energy, and then 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way you like. Retreat cost of only 1, but the big thing is no weakness at all, which is very, very interesting. It looks like we'll get one of those Ace Spec cards in this one here. So Bellybolt, accompanying flute, boomerang energy, and a survival brace. I don't even know what that one does, so I might have to read through that one real quick. If the Pokemon this card is attached to has full HP and would be knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, it is not knocked out and its remaining HP becomes 10, then discard this card. So this is kind of like, what was that card back in the day that you put on fighting Pokemon? I can't even remember what it was. I played it in like my Medicham deck. I can't even remember what it was called, but basically the same thing, but as an Ace Spec instead. Chimchar, Cook, Palafin, Tatsuguri, Phantom. Look at that. They added this to the set just for me. And then we've got a Chimecho illustration rare. So we did get, and a Chandelure Hollow, which they also added for me. So huge shout out to Pokemon for that. We do get an illustration rare finally, Chimecho, which is pretty cool. Definitely not the one that I wanted to pull the most, but we still have a booster box ahead of us. So this is actually not bad. The Dragapult EX, obviously the most competitive card in the deck. That's going to be the big one. And then we've got 5 hits, which is pretty good out of that ETB there. So not bad. We're going to go a little bit faster. I suppose I can show, I should show the Teal Mask Ogerpon. So this is the promo card that you get, and it's not bent. It's actually in good condition. So that's exciting. A lot of times I feel like I open up the ETB and it gets, the promo card is bent because it just flops around all over the place in there. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, we're going to open up the booster box here, and I'm going to go with 14 total hits. So I think there's going to be 14 hits in here. I do think we're going to get a special illustration where I'm throwing it out there. I'm just going to put it in the universe and hope it sticks. So 1 special illustration rare. I'm going to say 3 illustration rares. So that would be 4. 3 full arts. So that would be 7, and then 7 regular arts. That seems like a lot. Oh no, 5 regular arts. No, we're gonna go, okay, 1 special illustration rare, 2 ace specs, so that's 3. 3 illustration rares would be 6. 2 full arts would be 8. And then 6 regular arts. That would be 14. That's my guess. The only problem that I have with this box is this right here. And I know this shouldn't be a big deal because people are meant to open up Pokemon cards, but not everybody opens up Pokemon cards. I have not opened up any cases from distribution yet, but this was a problem with temporal forces. The loose wrapping just does not do well for sealed collectors. And while this may not be a big deal to you or me, because we're just going to crack it open, when you own a store, there are people who buy and they do not like this at all. So I wish we could get the wrapping a little bit tighter. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to complain. It is what it is. This is a free box, and it's given to you guys for being so amazing. So we've made our predictions. We are going to see what we all get in this booster box. I'm so excited. I cannot believe. Oh, this is so exciting. All right, we're going to start out with the Ursaluna pack here, and we're just going to work our way from left to right. So we're going to open up the whole left-handed side here, and we will see. We're going to go through it a little bit faster. Pinsir, Venipede, Kilowattrel, Brute Bonnet, Community Center, Ariados, Swirlix, and a Ting Lu Hollow. So not too bad there. Obviously, every pack nowadays gets a holographic card and 2 reverse hollows. So way different than how things used to be. Those holographic cards used to be hits. Conkeldurr, Dipplin is actually, Dipplin's actually not, Dipplin is like the Pokemon I didn't know that I liked. And it's so simplistic, like there's not a whole lot to it. Obviously, it's just like an apple, but it's just a piece of fruit, but it's kind of cool. I'm a fan. Probopass, Love Ball. There's a Dipplin, Darumaka, and Okidogi. So nothing so far. We're what, 3 packs in? We'll see. Like I said, 14 hits is the goal. That's the expectation. After pull rates have been nerfed a little bit. Brute Bonnet, Enhanced Hammer, Venipede, Monkey Dory. Some of these names. Even though you see them, like I remember when Sun and Moon came out and learning to pronounce some of them, like Pukamuku, it took some time. We might actually get something now. I don't even know. Belly Bolt, accompanying Flute, Volbeat, Corphish, and a Blissey EX. What does Blissey EX do? Once during your turn, you may move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another of your Pokemon. So that's not bad. And then return, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand, which would obviously help increase efficiency in your deck. 180 damage is a little bit weak. Like obviously you're 2-hit KOing, but it does have 300 HP nowadays. Is not like it withholds the hit of Giratina, but well, it seems like it has potential. We'll see. Blissey EX might not be too bad. Abra, Snorunt, Chimecho, Chimchar, Kilowattrel, Glalie, Ogre's Mask, Lucian, Infernape, and back-to-back hits. There's our first full art of the day, Luxray EX. Very cool looking. I don't know what this one does either. I'm so far behind on learning what these cards do. I have not read through the set super well. Your opponent reveals their hand. Discard a card you find there. That could be important. 120. That's 2 colorless too, so that's splashable. And Volt Strike. Discard all energy from this Pokemon for 250. That seems a little bit heavy. So the first attack might not be too bad. 310 HP isn't terrible. But it is a stage 2, so that might be an issue as well. Wattrel, Volbeat, Goldeen, Sandygast, Boomerang Energy, Slurpuff, Perrin, Whirlpeed, Girder, and Chandelure. I'm very excited to see another Chandelure. Chandelure is just such a great Pokemon. Getting lots of love over the past year and a half or so, which is nice. Crawdaunt, that Farfetch actually looks very cool. Love the artwork on a lot of these, even commons and uncommons like this. Probopass hanging out in what looks like basically like I'm sure it's not a kitchen, but it's more like it gives you like almost a Legends Arceus feel, which they might be, you never know, tying into Legends AZ. We'll see what happens when that comes out. And then Enamorus actually looks really, really cool in the holographic form there. So we are 2 out of the expected 14. We'll see how close we get. Dreepy, you can't play Dragapult without Dreepy. Kieran, Grookey, oh, sick! We got the Infernape for our first illustration rare. So much going on in this card. Absolutely gorgeous, all the detail. Look at that. It looks stunning. It looks absolutely stunning. And then a teal mask Ogerpon behind it. But this Infernape is very cool looking. It looks like it's a little bit off center, just looking at it from the front side. A little thicker on the right than the left, a little left heavy, it seems. But overall, beautiful looking card. Absolutely gorgeous. The Infernape it's a good one. Definitely one of the, I'm going to put it, maybe top 3 of the illustration rares in this set, maybe top 5. Looks like we'll get another hit here, which is, very exciting. Hopefully it's a Dragapult again, but it's a Teal Mask Ogerpon. So Ogerpon does have some potential. We'll see how Ogerpon does. This has Teal Dance as its ability, which... once during your turn, you may attach a basic grass energy card from your hand to this Pokemon. If you attach energy to a Pokemon in this way, draw a card. So it helps with the consistency right there. And then Myraid Leaf Shower. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. But 3 grass energy, it could be okay. 210. 210 is a little rough. Obviously, it is a basic, which helps, but that's not super bulky. Look at that Eevee right there. Very cool looking common Eevee. Just the artwork. There's the Phantom. Look at how good that looks. Oh my goodness. Ah, that is absolutely gorgeous. Oh man. That is like perfect Phantom form right there. Look at that. That looks so good. Oh, holy buckets. I'm going to have to get a binder full of Phantoms. That is absolutely gorgeous. That was perfect. Absolutely perfect. So we're 4 hits in, 4 out of 14, which isn't bad. We probably got to get a couple more yet on this side to have our 14 hit possibility come to fruition. And I would like to get the special illustration out of the way right away. That would be nice, just to make sure we can pull one. I don't know exactly which one I would want. Probably Perrin. I mean, you guys are getting it. So Monkey Dory Hollow right there. I feel like Perrin or Lana would probably be the chase card for a lot of people. But it would be nice to get an Ogerpon and just see how it looks in person. But we might, I guess, technically, we might not even get one. That Cramorant looks really cool. Like I said, pull rates changed a lot with Temporal Forces, which there seems to be some people who are not happy about it and some people who are happy about it. So it really just depends on, I guess, how you feel. Applin, Glaceon, look at that. Hisuian Arcanine. How majestic does that dude look? Holy buckets. Look at that. Dang, that looks really, really good. All right, we're down to our last 3 packs on this side. We've only gotten 4 hits. So we need a very rare double banger right now. That would be very helpful. Looks like we will get a hit, but not a double banger. Snorlax, Slugma, and a Luxray EX, a regular art Luxray EX, what they call double rares now. So that's actually not that bad. It kind of reminds me of the Absol card from a few sets ago, where it looks like he's jumping off the card. They've done some good work on the artwork for regular EXs, which is nice. We're gonna get our first Ace spec, Festival Grounds, Glamora, and Secret Box. All right, we'll have to look at what Secret Box does. You can use this card only if you discard 3 other cards from your hand. Search your deck for an item card, a Pokemon tool card, a supporter card, and a stadium card. Reveal them and put them in your... That's big. That could be really big. Now, I do think Lost Box is going to be in a lot of trouble. So Dragapult obviously hurts Lost Box, but the Dragon set that's coming out in August, Lost Box gets into a lot of trouble, especially with that new Kyurem card that's coming out. That's going to hurt Lost Box quite a bit. Flabebe and Iron Leaf. So we got 6 hits on that side. I expect this side to be a little bit better. I expect to get 8 hits on this side, including 2 of them being illustration rares, and I'm still hoping for that one special illustration rare. Like I said, 40% chance in Temporal Forces of not opening either a special illustration or a hyper rare. So that's a big number right there. Used to be you got one of each. So very, very, very nervous about this. As we've got a Carbine. So Carbine, not bad. So I've got a full art supporter. That's our second full art. So this one says, if you go first, you may use this card during your first turn. So right now you can't use supporter cards on your first turn. If you go second, you can discard your hand and draw 5 cards. So that could be important. You would play that as like a full play set if you really need consistency right away from the get-go. Like if you were playing, let's say, Night March decks back in the day, or maybe a Mega Ray deck back in the day, where you have some room and you really just want, like Night March, you really just wanted to get to those Pokemon as much as you possibly can. So going on turn 1, trying to get set up could be really important. And then that's going to leave 3 of them in your deck that are dead, but playing a playset and increasing the chances of starting with one or drawing into it on turn 1 would be very, very important. Obviously, supporter cards not being allowed during turn 1 unless you go second. So kind of a big deal. Could be important down the road, but probably not too big of a deal right now. As we continue to move on, we've got 7 hits so far. You can let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about Twilight Masquerade. I'm excited for it, but not as excited. There, we got a Dragapult EX. There we go. That's a good one. So this is good. This is a good box so far, and a good ETB. Dragapult EX. I'm telling you, it's going to be a big deal. That's what everybody's going to want right away from the get-go. Kind of like what we saw from Iron Crown, Charizard EX from Obsidian Flames. Like, it's going to hold pretty well right from the get-go, which is very important. Wattrel, Poliwhirl, and Enamorous. Not too bad, but we will see. Twilight Masquerade, I am about as excited for as I was for Paradox Rift. Maybe a little bit less, but more excited than I was for like Obsidian Flames. I think that this is going to do a little bit to the meta, but then looking forward to August. Looking forward to the specialty set. Like, I think there's a lot of good stuff coming up soon. So very, very excited about all of that stuff. So only 1 illustration rare so far, and we have not pulled the special illustration rare. 1, 2, 3. We've gotten 4 regular arts. We got to get some hits here. So we are not having a ton of luck as far as pulls go so far, as far as quantity of pulls go. We'll see. We had a decent ETB. Obviously, almost half the packs had hits in it in the ETB, which was very exciting. We should get, I'm assuming, another ace spec. But this is very interesting so far. It'll be very interesting to see how pull rates look moving forward. Twilight Masquerade so far, 9 hits, or 8 hits. We would need 6 more hits. Holy buckets. Maybe I was way off on my assumption. But just basing it off of past history. That Infernape looks really cool, though. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits left. We would need 6 hits. So, oh boy, this is not looking great. Looks like we will get another one here, but I think it's just going to be another regular art, as we've got a Palafin EX. This says that put this Pokemon into play only with the effect of Palafin's 0 to hero ability. Hero Spirit, Giga Impact, 250 for 1 energy. And during your next turn, this Pokemon cannot attack. That's actually not terrible for only 1 energy to do 250. And it's a stage 1. Not a whole lot of water making a whole lot of noise right now. But I don't know how much you'll have to worry about lightning moving forward. 340 HP is not bad. So I mean, it could be something that's somewhat splashable. We'll see how the format responds. As we've got a Fion and a Monkey Dory. So back-to-back hits, which is obviously very, very good. Fion, pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of the Manaphy from Crown Zenith as far as the artwork goes. But looks like you've got a big Whale Lord in the background there, and you've got a bunch of Whalmers in the background. But very, very cool looking card. Very cool looking illustration rare. I would expect to get 1 more yet, but we've only got 5 packs. We did get the Infernape, which is really cool. And there were boxes of Temporal Forces. Very few of them that only had 2 illustration rares. So we've got a Trevenant, Glimmet, and Iron Leaves right there. We're down to our final 4 packs. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. We would need a hit in each of these. I do expect to get an ace spec still. But we have not. We've only gotten 1, which is crazy. Hisuian Arcanine. Down to our final 3 packs. Oh man, this could be a very interesting sign of things moving forward. I'm sure there's other people that are opening up, especially this weekend as pre-releases continue. And I'm sure there's other people opening up products. So it'll be interesting to see how everybody else does and performs with their pulls. Here's going to be our second ace spec. Maybe we can get a double banger out of it. Legacy Energy. Palossand and Alakazam. That Alakazam is super cool. Oh my goodness, look at that. Dang. Oh man. So Legacy Energy, not bad. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides every type of energy, but provides only 1 energy at a time. So not bad. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, that player takes 1 fewer prize card. This effect of your legacy energy can't be applied more than once per game. So that's not terrible either. We were just talking about that Palafin EX and being splashable. So this would be a case where you can play that, and then they'd only take one energy or one prize card if they knock it out. So this is our last pack. We need to figure out a way to pull a special illustration out of this. We've got Poltergeist, Ninetales, Rillaboom, Handheld Fan, Morpeko, Scolipede, oh my goodness, Palafin, and another Ogerpon. So this is Cornerstone Mask. Prevent all damage from attacks to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon that have an ability. So this would shut off that Palafin. Demolish for 140. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance or by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So I was way off. Still a lot of cool cards here, but we only got, I'm going to have to add this all up, but we did not do anywhere near as well. We got our two A-specs like what we expected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 regular arts, which isn't bad. So that's 8, but then we only got 12 total hits. We only got 2 illustration rares. We did get the 2 full arts that I called, but no special illustration rare. So we ended up being too short. We were short 1 illustration rare and 1 special illustration rare. I would assume most boxes will have 3, and I would assume about half the boxes, a little bit more than half boxes, will either have a special illustration rare or a hyper rare, but not a great box as far as pull rates go, which is always actually a decent thing to kind of demonstrate early on. So that way you understand going into it. If you're spending $100, $110 on a booster box, there are boxes out there like this. So it's not just bad luck that you get. It does happen. But in the end of the day, like, we got a really cool Infernape, some really cool cards, some beautiful cards. Obviously, the Dragapult is really cool. And these can all be yours. As long as you're subscribed to the channel, leave a like and a comment down below, and then come back next Friday to see if you are the winner. Thank you so much, guys, for everything. Like, seriously, I love you guys. I love you guys so much. This would not happen without you. Like, I never thought that this would be my life, but because of you guys, like, I never want you guys to think that I'm ever going to take this for granted, because I know this will come to an end, but not today, and that's what's amazing because of you guys. So thank you so much for everything. I never thought the Pokemon Company would send me a booster box to share with you guys 2 weeks before a set releases. I love you guys so much, and that's why I want to do as much as I can for you, because you've done so much for me. That was very deep and very, very feely, and I'm sorry, but you guys are amazing. So thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button and come back next Friday to see if you won. But also come back every day, because we've been going every day so far this year, and we're going to continue for now and see how far we can go. Thanks so much for everything, guys. I love you. I'll be back tomorrow. Until next time, peace.